Lots of important news in today's video about our Rangers. We'll talk about Philippe Clement needing to make an obvious decision about James Tavernier at Rangers, with rumors about Dujon Sterling. Lawrence Shankland to Rangers is getting closer, as Hearts accept the striker's exit. International absence from Rangers explained, as fears grow over a new injury issue at Ibrox. Disgust lingers at Auchenhowie after a controversial behind-the-scenes sacking. And finally, we'll talk about Dezers revealing how mental health issues nearly ruined his career. All the latest Rangers news is right here. Don't forget to give this video a like. And at the end, I've got a controversial question for you. Let's get started. We are the people. Philippe Clement needs to make a tough but obvious call regarding James Tavernier's future at Rangers, especially with Dujon Sterling being lined up as his potential successor at right back. Reports suggest that Clement sees Sterling playing a regular role in the right-back position moving forward, with fitness concerns ruling out any midfield experiments for the former Chelsea man. Tavernier was rumored to be on the chopping block during the summer as Rangers underwent a significant rebuild, but he decided to remain at Ibrox, extending his 10-year stint with the club. However, after a shaky start to the season for Rangers, Clement must now look ahead to the January transfer window as an opportunity to reinforce the squad and possibly move on from Tavernier, entrusting Sterling with the right-back role for the future. It's been clear for a while that Tavernier's time at Rangers is winding down. His performances this season have been disappointing, both as a player and as a captain. At 32, he seems to lack the leadership qualities needed for crucial moments, as seen in Rangers' Champions League exit to Dynamo Kyiv and the heavy defeat to Celtic in the Old Firm derby. Clement's decision to substitute Tavernier during the 4-1 loss to Lyon in the Europa League further highlighted the manager's doubts about him as a long-term leader. Though Tavernier remains a threat from set pieces, he has struggled with the basics, and the current season already seems like a write-off. Rangers are trailing Celtic and Aberdeen in the Scottish Premiership by 5 points. With Sterling now tied to a long-term deal, and his future likely at fullback rather than midfield persisting with Tavernier, who appears to be past his peak, seems unnecessary. Clement's focus should be on giving Sterling as many minutes as possible, allowing him to step up as Tavernier's successor come January, as Rangers strive to remain competitive across all fronts. It looks like Lawrence Shankland's long-anticipated move to Rangers could be edging closer, as Hearts seem to have accepted the inevitable. Their captain is likely to leave on a free transfer. Shankland, a lifelong Rangers supporter, has been on the club's radar for over a year now, but no deal has materialized yet. Philippe Clement reportedly considered bringing him in over the summer, especially after Sam Lammers was sold to FC Twente. However, the asking price for Shankland put the brakes on any immediate move, with Hearts keen to secure a multi-million-pound fee for the striker, despite him entering the final year of his contract. Now Hearts CEO Andrew McKinlay has all but confirmed that Shankland will likely see out his current deal and leave for free at the end of the season, having rejected all previous contract extension offers. McKinlay told the Daily Record that while they remain open to discussions, he doesn't expect any new developments and assumes the striker will move on. Shankland's form this season has been underwhelming, with only 1 goal and 3 assists in 11 appearances, a far cry from the 59 goals he racked up over the last 2 years. Despite this dip, Rangers could still view the 29-year-old as an attractive option, especially given the inconsistent performances of Cyril Dezers, who has been leading the line alone for much of this term. Of course, there's always the chance that if Shankland's struggles continue, Hamza Igamani steps up and Danilo returns to full fitness, the door to Ibrox might close. But with Hearts appearing resigned to his departure, it wouldn't be a surprise if Rangers take advantage of this bargain opportunity next summer. Rangers fans are always a bit on edge when it comes to international breaks, hoping their players come back to Ibrox in one piece, without any fresh injuries to add to the club's current woes. It's a long list as it is, so when one of the lads misses a game for their country, the anxiety naturally rises. This time it's Ross McCausland who sat out Northern Ireland's goalless draw with Belarus in the UEFA Nations League. The 21-year-old winger has been making strides both for Rangers and his national team, so his absence raised a few eyebrows. Michael O'Neill, Northern Ireland's manager, was quick to address it, explaining that McCausland was dealing with a minor injury niggle. Thankfully, it's not expected to keep him out long, and O'Neill is optimistic that McCausland will be fit to feature in their next game against Bulgaria. Rangers fans will be glad to hear that it's nothing serious because McCausland has shown plenty of promise this season. He's already racked up 11 appearances for the Light Blues, with 2 goals to his name, including a crucial one in the 2-0 Europa League win over Malmo. At just 21, McCausland is still very much in the development stage of his career, but Michael O'Neill sees him as a player with a lot to offer. He's yet to start for Northern Ireland, but his cameos off the bench have been impactful, and O'Neill's confident he'll only get better. For now, McCausland's focus will be on getting back to fitness and continuing to fight for his place in both the Rangers and Northern Ireland setups. His progress has been steady, and with the right management, he looks like he could have a bright future at Ibrox. Still, with injuries plaguing Rangers this season, the fans will be keeping their fingers crossed that McCausland's niggle doesn't turn into anything more serious. Rangers still face lingering discontent at Auchenhowie over the controversial sacking of Jim McAllister, the former kitman who was dismissed in a manner that continues to leave a bitter taste. Scott McDermott, writing in the Daily Record, 13th October, highlighted how deeply this decision has affected those close to the club, particularly Janice Bell, widow of the late, legendary kitman Jimmy Bell. She has since cleared out her late husband's kit room, expressing disappointment and disgust over how McAllister, Bell's successor, was treated. McAllister, a lifelong Rangers supporter, worked alongside Jimmy Bell for years before taking over the role full-time after Bell's passing. His dismissal came unexpectedly, under the orders of former Chief Executive James Bisgrove, right before the start of the 2023-24 season. McAllister later won his unfair dismissal case at an employment tribunal in February, with the club being ordered to pay nearly £13,000 in compensation. Daily Record, 11 January. This sacking exemplifies one of the poor decisions made by Bisgrove during his controversial tenure at Ibrox. McAllister, a man who embodied the club's values and history, was shown the door in a manner that seemed to prioritize personal agendas over the well-being of Rangers. The way McAllister, a lifelong fan, was treated left many questioning the leadership's loyalty and intentions. The state of disarray at the club, particularly at boardroom level, has only been highlighted by these decisions. Off-the-pitch issues, including removing people who genuinely care for Rangers like McAllister, have contributed to the broader challenges Rangers have faced recently. As McDermott notes, McAllister has no plans to return to the club, which is a stark reminder of the damage done. And frankly, you can hardly blame him for feeling that way. Cyril Desire has revealed how close he came to burning out during his loan spell at Feyenoord, and how seeking help from a psychologist turned his career around. The Nigerian striker, now playing for Rangers, admitted that his struggles at the Dutch club left him feeling mentally drained, particularly due to stiff competition from Brian Linson and a lack of full support from the Feyenoord fans. In 2021, Dessers left Genk on loan to Feyenoord, having previously played in the Eredivisie with Heracles Almelo and FC Utrecht. However, adjusting to life in Rotterdam wasn't easy. He had to fight for his place on the team and was often jeered by supporters during matches, which led to mounting mental pressure. Reflecting on this challenging period, Desires confessed that he was nearing burnout and turned to a psychologist to help him cope. "That conversation took a huge burden off my shoulders," he shared in an interview with Het Nieuwsblad. "I don't think I should have waited much longer. I think I was really close to a kind of burnout at that point." The impact of the therapy was immediate as Desires soon found his form, scoring regularly and leading Feyenoord to the UEFA Europa Conference League final. He ended the season with an impressive tally of 20 goals and 4 assists in 41 appearances, including being the competition's top scorer with 9 goals. Since then, Desires has continued to work with the psychologist, checking in monthly. It's clear that this decision not only saved his time at Feyenoord, but also reignited his career trajectory, showing just how crucial mental well-being can be for players at the highest level. Now I want to hear from you, my friend. Should we sign Shankland or not? What's your opinion on him? And about Tavernier, what do you think about that? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't seen the big news from yesterday, I'll leave it here on the screen. Go check it out. It's a great video.